Let me share something with you that might completely change how you think about your afternoon snack. Picture this. It's 3 p.m. You're feeling a little hungry, and you reach for what you believe is one of the healthiest choices possible: a handful of nuts. After all, they're packed with protein, good fats, and nutrients, right? But what if I told you that some of the nuts sitting in your pantry right now, the very ones you've been told are superfoods, could actually be working against your health after 60? What if these innocent snacks are secretly contributing to joint stiffness, mental fog, and even putting extra strain on your heart? I know this sounds almost unbelievable. You might be thinking, but my doctor told me nuts are healthy. And you're not wrong to think that. For decades, we've all been singing the same tune about nuts being nutritional powerhouses. Here's the thing. You're absolutely not alone in believing this. I believed it too, until I started digging deeper into how our bodies change as we age, and how certain foods that served us well in our 40s and 50s might not be our best friends in our 60s, 70s, and beyond. The truth is, your body at 65 is beautifully different from your body at 35. It's wiser, more experienced, but it also has different nutritional needs and sensitivities. This isn't about getting older, being a bad thing. It's about honoring where you are now and making choices that support your vitality. Today, I'm going to walk you through exactly which 5 nuts deserve a second look if you're over 60. And more importantly, I'll share the incredible alternatives that can actually boost your energy, protect your joints, and keep your mind sharp. This isn't about taking away your favorite snacks. It's about discovering even better ones that love your body back. If you're ready to learn something that could genuinely make a difference in how you feel every day, stay with me. And if you're finding this helpful already, I'd love for you to let me know by typing "learning" in the comments below. Let me paint you a picture of what's happening inside your remarkable body as you've gracefully moved through the decades. Think of your digestive system as a well-loved kitchen that served countless family meals. The appliances still work, but they might need a little more time, a gentler touch, and different ingredients to create the same wonderful results. After 60, your body produces fewer digestive enzymes. Those are like the sous chefs that help break down and prepare your food for absorption. Your stomach lining becomes more delicate, almost like fine china that needs extra care. And here's something fascinating. Your body's ability to handle certain natural compounds found in some nuts can actually decrease significantly. Dr. Margaret Chen, a geriatric nutritionist I had the pleasure of speaking with from the Healthy Aging Research Center in Portland, explained it beautifully. For seniors, some nuts can act more like tiny troublemakers than health heroes. Not because the nuts are bad, but because the aging body processes them differently. Let me explain 4 key compounds that can become problematic. First, there's something called phytic acid. Imagine tiny little magnets that grab onto important minerals like calcium, magnesium, and zinc before your body can use them. These minerals are absolutely crucial for strong bones and a robust immune system. Then, we have oxalates. Think of these as microscopic crystals that can irritate sensitive tissues and potentially contribute to kidney stones in susceptible individuals. There are also lectins in some nuts. These can be like tiny irritants to your intestinal lining, potentially causing what we call leaky gut, which can trigger inflammation throughout your body. Finally, many popular nuts are loaded with omega-6 fatty acids. Now, omega-6 isn't bad in itself, but when it's not balanced with omega-3s, it can actually promote inflammation instead of fighting it. Now, before you start worrying, let me reassure you. This isn't about your body failing you. This is about your body being wise enough to have different needs at different stages of life. Just like you might prefer a cozy evening at home over a late-night party, your digestive system has developed more refined preferences too. The beautiful thing is that understanding these changes gives you power. Instead of wondering why you might feel bloated after certain snacks, or why your joints seem stiffer some days, you can start making informed choices that actually support how your body works best right now. This isn't about fear. It's about respect. Respect for the incredible journey your body has taken you on, and respect for what it needs to keep taking you forward with strength and vitality. Now, let's look at those 5 specific nuts that deserve a closer look, so you can make the choices that serve you best. Let me tell you about Margaret, a lovely 68-year-old from Ohio, who came to see me because she couldn't figure out why she felt so tired all the time. She'd been having peanut butter toast every morning for 20 years. It was her comfort ritual, her little moment of joy before starting the day. What Margaret didn't know is that peanuts aren't actually nuts at all. They're legumes that grow underground, which makes them incredibly susceptible to a type of mold called aflatoxin. These aren't just any molds. They produce toxins that can stress your liver and immune system, especially when your body's natural detox abilities have slowed down with age. Here's what really opened my eyes. Even trace amounts of these toxins can accumulate over time. Your liver at 68 isn't processing these compounds as efficiently as it did at 28. It's like asking an experienced but tired worker to handle the same heavy workload. Eventually, something's got to give. But there's more. Peanuts are also high in lectins, which can irritate your intestinal lining. Think of lectins as tiny thorns that can scratch the delicate walls of your digestive tract, potentially leading to inflammation that you might feel as joint pain, brain fog, or digestive discomfort. I'm not trying to scare you away from something you love. Many people eat peanuts their whole lives without obvious problems. But if you're over 60 and dealing with unexplained fatigue, digestive issues, or inflammatory conditions, peanuts might be worth reconsidering. Margaret decided to switch to almond butter for a month, just to see. I couldn't believe it, she told me. It wasn't dramatic, but I started waking up feeling more refreshed. My afternoon energy crashes disappeared. The processed nature of most peanut products makes things worse. Added sugars, hydrogenated oils, and preservatives that your body has to work even harder to process. Robert's story breaks my heart a little. This 72-year-old retired teacher from Arizona loved cashews. He'd buy those big containers from the warehouse store and snack on them while reading. Then he started developing kidney stones. Not just one, but recurring stones that left him in excruciating pain. His doctor never connected it to his cashew habit, but when we looked at his diet together, the pieces fell into place. Cashews are surprisingly high in oxalates, natural compounds that can bind with calcium in your body and form crystals. Imagine your kidneys as careful filters, working to keep your blood clean. When you're constantly sending high oxalate foods through the system, especially as your kidney function naturally declines with age, you're asking these filters to work overtime. But here's something that surprised even me. Truly raw cashews contain anacardic acid, a compound similar to what's found in poison ivy. That's why you never see actually raw cashews in stores. They're always steamed or roasted to remove most of this compound. But for sensitive individuals, even traces can cause reactions. I don't want you to panic if you enjoy cashews occasionally. The key word here is occasionally. Robert was eating large handfuls daily. When he reduced his intake to just a few cashews a couple times a week, his stone formation decreased dramatically. If you have a history of kidney stones, or if you suffer from unexplained joint pain, oxalates can deposit in joints too. Cashews might be worth examining. The same goes for cashew milk and cashew-based products. They can pack a surprising oxalate punch. Here's where things get interesting, because almonds can be either wonderful or problematic, depending on how they're prepared. Let me introduce you to Helen, a vibrant 69-year-old from California who was doing everything right. Eating raw almonds daily, drinking almond milk, adding almond flour to her baking. But Helen was constantly bloated, had terrible gas, and felt like her supplements weren't working. Her energy was low despite eating what she thought was a healthy diet. The issue? Raw almonds with their skins on are packed with phytic acid and enzyme inhibitors. Think of these as tiny locks on the almond's nutrients. Your body needs specific enzymes, like keys, to unlock those nutrients. But as we age, we produce fewer of these enzyme keys. This means you could be eating almonds thinking you're getting calcium, magnesium, and healthy fats, but your body might not be able to access them properly. Worse, those enzyme inhibitors can actually interfere with your digestion of other foods too. The beautiful thing about almonds is that this problem has an easy fix. Soaking almonds overnight in water and discarding that water removes most of the problematic compounds. Sprouted almonds, or blanched, skinless almonds, are also much gentler options. Helen started buying sprouted almonds and noticed the difference within a week. "My stomach felt so much calmer," she said. "And I think my calcium supplements started working better too." If you love almonds, don't give them up. Just be smarter about how you prepare or buy them. Avoid relying heavily on commercial almond milk, which often contains very few actual almonds and lots of additives. This one absolutely shocked me when I first learned about it. Brazil nuts are incredibly rich in selenium, which is an essential mineral. But here's the startling truth. Just 1 or 2 Brazil nuts can meet or exceed your entire daily selenium needs. Let me tell you about Frank, a 74-year-old from Florida who read about the benefits of selenium for prostate health. Being a thorough guy, he started eating 4 to 6 Brazil nuts every day. Within a few months, Frank started losing hair. His fingernails became brittle. He felt constantly tired, and he had a persistent metallic taste in his mouth. Frank's doctor initially thought these might be signs of aging, or maybe a medication side effect. But when we looked at his diet and ran some tests, Frank had selenium toxicity, also called selenosis. The scary part? These symptoms develop gradually and can easily be mistaken for normal aging. Hair thinning, nail problems, fatigue. These are things many seniors experience anyway. But when they're caused by too much selenium, they're completely preventable. The moderation key. Selenium is absolutely vital for thyroid function, immune health, and protecting against oxidative stress. But Brazil nuts are like a concentrated supplement. A little goes a very long way. Frank cut back to just 1 Brazil nut twice a week, and within a few months, his symptoms improved dramatically. His hair stopped falling out, his nails grew back stronger, and his energy returned. If you're already taking a multivitamin that contains selenium, you might not need Brazil nuts at all. Think of them as nature's selenium supplement, powerful medicine that requires respect and moderation. You know how hard it is to eat just a few pistachios, right? There's actually a reason for that. The salt coating creates a craving cycle that can be particularly problematic for seniors. Meet Dorothy, a sweet 71-year-old from Texas, who used to sit down with a bag of salted pistachios every evening while watching her shows. "I could easily eat half a bag without thinking," she told me. They were so addictive. What Dorothy didn't realize is that just a small handful of salted pistachios can contain a significant portion of your daily sodium limit. For seniors managing blood pressure, which is most of us, this extra sodium can put real strain on your heart and kidneys. But there's another hidden issue. Pistachios are high in compounds called fructans, which are a type of FODMAP. These can ferment in your large intestine, causing significant bloating, gas, and digestive discomfort, especially in people who've developed sensitive digestion over the years. Dorothy started experiencing what she called terrible gas and bloating every evening. She never connected it to her pistachio habit until we started looking at her diet together. Unsalted pistachios, eaten in very small quantities, can actually offer some nice antioxidants and nutrients. The key is breaking that addictive cycle and being mindful of portions. Dorothy switched to unsalted varieties and limited herself to just a small measured portion a few times a week. The bloating disappeared almost immediately, she said, and I realized I didn't actually miss that salty taste as much as I thought I would. Listen to your body. If you feel gassy or bloated after eating pistachios, they might not be your friend, no matter how much you enjoy them. Now for the wonderful news. Let me share with you 4 incredible alternatives that not only taste delicious, but actually support your health in amazing ways as you age. I have to tell you about my friend Eleanor, a remarkable 78-year-old former librarian from Vermont. About 3 years ago, Eleanor started worrying about her memory. She'd forget names, lose her train of thought mid-conversation, and felt like her mind wasn't as sharp as it used to be. Her doctor suggested she try adding walnuts to her daily routine because of their incredible omega-3 content. Walnuts are the absolute champions when it comes to plant-based omega-3 fatty acids, which are like premium fuel for your brain. Eleanor started adding just 7 walnut halves to her morning oatmeal. Within about 6 weeks, she told me with a big smile, I noticed I was remembering names better. My weekly bridge game improved, and I felt more mentally alert throughout the day. Research published in the Journal of the American Heart Association shows that regular walnut consumption can improve cholesterol levels, blood vessel function, and cognitive performance in older adults. Think of these omega-3s as gentle medicine for your brain, helping to reduce inflammation and keep your neural pathways clear and functioning beautifully. The beauty of walnuts is how easy they are to incorporate. About 7 whole walnuts, or 14 halves, daily is perfect. Eleanor adds them to oatmeal, but you can toss them into salads, yogurt, or just enjoy them as a simple snack. Store them in your refrigerator or freezer to keep those precious healthy fats fresh. The slightly bitter skin contains many beneficial compounds, so eat the whole nut. This might surprise you, but pecans actually contain more antioxidants than many berries. Let me introduce you to William, a 73-year-old retired carpenter from Georgia who discovered pecans almost by accident. William had been struggling with what he called old man aches. His joints were stiff, he felt tired more often, and he seemed to catch every little bug that went around. His daughter suggested he try pecans, which are native to his area, and something his grandfather used to eat regularly. Pecans are loaded with zinc, which is crucial for immune function and wound healing. something that becomes increasingly important as we age. They're also rich in manganese and copper, which play vital roles in bone health and can help prevent osteoporosis. I started eating just a small handful most days, William said. After about 2 months, I realized my joints felt less creaky, and I hadn't gotten sick once all winter, which was unusual for me. What I love about pecans is their rich, buttery flavor that makes healthy eating feel like a treat. About 15-20 pecan halves make a perfect serving. You can enjoy them raw, lightly toasted for extra flavor, or add them to salads and baked goods. They're particularly wonderful in the fall and winter months, when your body craves those richer, warming foods. Think of them as nature's way of providing comfort food that actually comforts your body at a cellular level. Macadamia nuts are truly special. They're packed with the same type of heart-healthy monounsaturated fats found in olive oil, but in a convenient, portable package. Let me tell you about Grace, a 69-year-old retired nurse from Hawaii, who started including macadamias in her diet after her doctor expressed concern about her cholesterol levels. What makes macadamias unique is their very low omega-6 content compared to other nuts. Remember how I mentioned that too much omega-6 can promote inflammation? Well, macadamias help maintain a better balance, actually reducing inflammation instead of adding to it. Grace started eating just 10 to 12 macadamia nuts a few times a week. At my next checkup, she told me, my doctor was amazed. My LDL cholesterol had dropped, my HDL had improved, and my overall cardiovascular markers looked the best they had in years. Macadamias are also one of the lowest carb nuts, making them excellent for blood sugar control, something that becomes increasingly important as we age. Yes, macadamias are more expensive than other nuts, but think of them as an investment in your cardiovascular health. Their rich, creamy taste means a little goes a long way in terms of satisfaction. Look for raw or dry roasted varieties without added salt. 10 to 12 nuts, about 1 ounce, provide a wonderful dose of those beneficial fats without overdoing the calories. Don't overlook these humble little seeds. Let me share James's story. He's a 67-year-old retired mechanic from Michigan who suffered from terrible leg cramps at night, restless sleep, and what he called the jitters. His doctor suggested he might be magnesium deficient, which is incredibly common in seniors. Our ability to absorb magnesium decreases with age, and many medications can further deplete it. James started sprinkling 2 tablespoons of pumpkin seeds on his morning yogurt. Pumpkin seeds are absolute treasure troves of magnesium. This beautiful mineral that acts like a natural relaxant for your muscles, nerves, and cardiovascular system. They're also rich in zinc and contain natural compounds called phytosterols that can support prostate health in men. Within about 3 weeks, James said, the leg cramps disappeared. I started sleeping through the night again, and I felt calmer overall. It was like my whole nervous system just relaxed. The wonderful thing about pumpkin seeds is how versatile and affordable they are. You can buy them raw or lightly roasted, and they have a pleasant, nutty flavor that goes with almost everything. Sprinkle them on salads, soups, oatmeal, or yogurt. Blend them into smoothies, or just eat them by the handful. 2 tablespoons daily can make a real difference in your magnesium levels and overall sense of well-being. As I sit here thinking about all the wonderful people I've shared with you today, Eleanor with her sharper memory, William with his stronger immunity, Grace with her improved heart health, James with his peaceful sleep, I'm reminded of something beautiful. The power to feel vibrant and healthy in your 60s, 70s, and beyond is so often found in the simple, daily choices you make. This isn't about perfection or completely overhauling your life. It's about small, loving adjustments that honor where you are right now. Maybe you'll swap your daily peanut butter for almond butter, made from soaked almonds. Perhaps you'll trade those salted pistachios for a small handful of walnuts while you watch your evening shows. Let me tell you about Martha, an 82-year-old grandmother from Ohio who made these gentle changes over the course of 6 months. She recently told me, "I feel like I've gotten years back. My joints don't ache like they used to, my mind feels clearer, and I have energy to play with my great-grandchildren. I wish I'd known this information sooner, but I'm so grateful I know it now." Remember, start small and listen to your body. It's incredibly wise and will guide you. Pick just one thing from today's conversation to try. Maybe it's switching from Brazil nuts to walnuts, or adding pumpkin seeds to your morning routine. Every small choice you make is an act of self-care, a way of saying to your body, "I value you, I respect you, and I want to support you in feeling your absolute best." Your journey of healthy aging is unique and beautiful. You've earned the wisdom to make informed choices, and you deserve to feel energetic, comfortable, and vibrant every single day. If this conversation has been helpful, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. What resonated with you most? What small change will you try first? Here's to your continued health, strength, and the beautiful journey ahead.